bass fishing to me is the most misunderstood sport in the world, and I've met some pretty unique athletes in my time, and people say, man, it must be nice just to go out on the lake and just fish. Put $500,000 on the end, you start reeling it in, let me break your line, and it ain't fishing no more. It's a fight. It's a cage fight. It's a mental battle that you go through every day to keep yourself together. So what I'm trying to do, as I get older in my game, I'm learning more and more about how to control what's up here. It doesn't matter what I see on the depth finder. If I can't keep this up here working right, it ain't going to happen. And I can only tell you this, guys, from my mistakes. I'm not up here telling you something I read. I'm telling you, the old school of hard knocks. I've lost a lot of money being hard-headed. I've won a lot of money being hard-headed, but I've learned over the last 5 or 6 years, overcoming adversity and thinking positive is the way to go in life. There's only 3 letters you need to remember today when I leave here in California. PMA. That's a positive mental attitude. A man who lives like that and fishes like that will beat you day in and day out. It doesn't matter if you're not on them, guys. It matters if you think you're going to catch them. How many people here, when you go out fishing, you think you're going to catch them for the first 30 minutes? And boy, when they don't come up schooling and you ain't got that old buzz bait bite, you say, whew, gonna be a tough one today. Sure is. You're gonna get skinned up too when you get to the weigh-in, because somebody on the other side of the creek is positive. He's the guy that's thinking, they didn't bite the buzz bait the first 30 minutes, must mean they're not real active on the surface, let's make a change. He's already 2 steps ahead of you. Fishing is not, when people ask me some of the keys about fishing, I say, you ever shot a shotgun at a moving target? And this is gonna think, you're gonna think, this redneck is really reaching. True fishermen fish where the fish are going, not where they're at or where you think they're at. When you practice on Thursday and I put the boat in the water on Friday morning, I have anticipated in my mind where I'm going to fish. A good idea. I've got 3 days to evaluate my situation. I know I'm going to start on this point. If they don't bite there in 10 minutes, I came there because I knew there was fish there. Within 10 minutes, I'm thinking, where did he go? Don't shoot behind the target. You fish your memories? A lot of you guys here fish your home waters, don't you? Got your 7 or 8 places that they always bite, don't they? And when they bite there for you, you do good, don't they? But the other times when they don't bite there, you get skinned up, don't they? Because you fish in memories, a lot like we do. When I go to Gunnersville this year in the Classic, one of the hardest things I'll have to do is not fish memories. Memories is tough now. You think a girlfriend will haunt you, get you a rock pile you caught 2 or 3 big ones on, try to run by in the bass boat. That triton won't turn. I don't care how hard, it's going over there. I said, don't go to that rock pile. I'm going to that rock pile. They're not even on rocks, you know, but that memory's so strong I can't fight it. What you got to do is learn to fish the pattern and the moment. Anybody in here get to fishing memories? Y'all know y'all want to slide your hand up going, yeah, I've been known to fish the boat ramp down there a bunch because I caught him there. My dad's the world's worst. You ride down the water with him, he'd be saying, I caught one in 1979 on the corner of that pier. You need to pull over. Well, Dad, that fish is dead and gone. That's the only way you can look at it. I carry an etching sketch in my boat. Anybody know what an etching sketch is? Some of the younger generation, young man here, you might not know what an etching sketch was. When I was a kid, that's what we had, so it was an etching sketch. You twist a little knob, whoop, 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 make a little line, and get bored, shake it up, do it again. That's what we done. We played in the yard and in the highway. When I was your age, it was legal to play in the road. Because somebody hit you, it was a neighbor, they could go get them. It's a whole different generation. I keep an etching sketch in my boat. Anybody think you know why I would keep an etching sketch in my boat? Every day is a new day of my life. Every day. And on the days that I don't think that, I will physically take that etching sketch out and lay down on the front of that Triton, and I'll draw me some pictures through there, and I'll shake that etching sketch up so my mind can see that we started over, and I'll stick it right on the front of my boat. When I raise my front lid up on my Triton in the Classic, you'll see a small red etching sketch, and you'll say, yep, he is a mental case. Right there he is. He wasn't lying. Mentally, you have to start over. A 2-day tournament, just because you don't catch them on day 1 doesn't mean that you got to quit. And in my world, every day is a new day. Day 1 is just a beginning to day 2. Day 2 is just a step closer to day 3. If you trip on day 1 and you lay down, that's where you'll be when it's over. You have to remain positive up here. People ask me that, what makes people remain positive? I don't know. Some people's got it in them, some people don't. You ever met anybody like that? No matter what the odds were, you couldn't get them down? I'm very close friends with Kevin Van Dam. I spent a lot of time with him. I spent a lot of time in the boat with him. I spent 2 years with a sports professional mind coach, which somebody says is a psychiatrist. I said it was a mind coach. First time he evaluated me, he said, I'm going to have to charge you a little extra because this is going to be a mess. Because the way my mind processed information when I was on the water sometimes was actually more of a hindrance than it was helping me. And him and I are sitting watching, and he don't know nothing about fishing. Nothing. This guy couldn't spell fish. He couldn't find one in SeaWorld. He simply worked on football players, baseball players, and I was his first client. And I said, I want to know what goes on up here. What triggers me to have a downhill spiral? And you guys have all been in a boat. You've been in the pinch of the game when things go wrong. And it's like a small aircraft starts to crash. You can pull up on the wheel, but you feel the nose going down, don't you? You run to your next spot, you break one off, then you break another rod. You run to your next spot, and some old dude's sitting on it in a John boat. By about 3 or 4 stops, you're ready to fight everybody on the lake. We call that driving it in the ground. If you can't seem to get you ever had those tournaments when your feet are nervous? You know what I'm talking about? You can't never sit still? Oh, good Lord. You swap, oh, I'm going to change this bait right here. I'm a versatile, I'm going to get this bait right here. No, you confused. Big difference in versatile and confused. I hear people say, I'm a real versatile fisherman. I keep 30, 40 rods on my front deck. I said, how's it feel tripping over them? Because you don't know what you're doing, you're confused. Versatile means you can fish your baits very effectively at any time and feel very comfortable with that with your confidence level. It doesn't mean you can strap 40 on the right side of the boat and scream down the lake. If you're digging through that pile of rods every time, you're slowing down on how you think and what you need to be doing.